Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go over how to pigment your Eco Resin with neon colors, and we're going to review a different marbling technique to marble the three colors together using a silicone pour cup. So I had another video with three different types of marbling. This one is a different type of marbling technique, and I can't wait to show you. I did another video for three of my favorite ways to marble, and this was not covered in that video. So this is a new marbling technique using a silicone pour cup. And I've been wanting to try this out for a while. Typically, I only marbled 2 colors, but this request was a custom order for 3 colors. So this is a perfect opportunity to purchase this. I am noticing it's a little smaller than the amount of material that I need, but that's definitely okay because all I need to do is just refill it as I pour. This is the silicone mold that I'm going to use for this project. It is a very thick mold. But it does retain the shape, but it is very difficult to demold. So just a forewarning, but I will link this in my Amazon storefront so you can find it there. For this project, I'm getting out the pour cup, the silicone mold, making sure everything is ready to go. I'm also going to use 3 different cups. If you have 3 silicone cups or anything reusable, definitely go ahead and use that. And whatever pigments you're going to use. I'm using neon pigments because that was the color request. I have already pre-mixed the material that I need and just the base color of Aqua Resin. And then I'm going to split it up into 3 cups to then pigment those separately. I recommend making sure all of your supplies are all ready to go because the working time with any Eco Resin is very limited, and so you need to work as quickly as possible before it starts curing. I also go over all of the basic information for measuring and mixing in the Aqua Resin for Beginners guide on my YouTube, so please go check that out if you're just getting started. I'm so excited to try this out because it is with neon colors and I absolutely love working with neon colors. Something to note is that you do have to use quite a bit more pigment to get it very vibrant. So don't be afraid to use quite a bit. And one thing to note about the ratios is that when you're adding a lot of pigment, that powder to liquid ratio will be affected. So sometimes I tweak my ratios just a smidge, like not very much. I might add in like a gram or 2 more of liquid just to make sure that it doesn't get too thick when you're mixing it, because if it gets too thick, then it might have a harder time marbling as well. For this part of the process, I am also just kind of eyeballing till I get to the color that I want because this is a custom color, and I am just adding a little bit at a time until I get the desired vibrancy that I'm going for. I don't know if there are a ton of like liquid pigment options to get the vibrant neon color. So this is a mica powder that I'm using, and I'll link this in my Amazon storefront. But I've found that these work very well. You just have to use quite a bit more than you might be using with other colors with the mica powders. I'm sure you can tell how sped up this video is. So you can see I'm mixing each of these very thoroughly. And when you're hand mixing, my hands cramp up when I'm doing this. You should be mixing very thoroughly to make sure it's fully incorporated and that all of the clumps are reduced. For the third color, I'm making a teal color, so I'm going to combine this blue that I have and a neon green. And I'm just kind of doing a little bit at a time because I find it's easier to add the color that you need and just kind of adjust it from there. So I'm just kind of taking, I guess, on like the ratio that we need for teal. And I wanted to really go with the other 2 colors, so I'm making sure it's kind of at the same level of vibrancy to go along with the other colors. All right, so all of the colors are mixed and they are looking so bright and fun. I can't wait to see how these turn out. I normally don't hand mix too much, and so when I do, I have to work quickly because I know that time is running out, so I am working pretty quickly, although this video is sped up. But now it's time to pour each of the colors into the silicone pour cup. And so I'm just gonna divide it up and try to do equal parts of each color in the pour cup. I am already freaking out. I love all of these colors paired together. This is such a fun combination, and I'm so excited to see how this looks. All right, so now it's time to pour, and I am going to try to pour from a decent height on here just because I like a little bit of like a finer marble. You can kind of play around with how close you're pouring from and like at which height because that will impact the type of marble that comes out. I like to kind of rotate it around to kind of mix up the pattern. You can just keep it in one spot. At this point in the background, I am refilling the pour cup because I just ran out of material because it wasn't that big of a pour cup, which is fine. I'm just refilling it with the colors again and re-pouring. I love how vibrant these colors are and that they're really staying like up until this point, like up until the end, all of the colors have felt like they're staying very like segmented. Even though they are marbling, they're not blurring or like blending together too much throughout the pour. So I'm so excited to see how this turns out. I cannot wait to demold this, and it's now time. So I'm just visually checking, making sure that it's warm to the touch. And especially because this is a thicker mold, I did give it a couple extra minutes just to make sure that it's more cured. And as a reminder, if you leave your items in too long, you might be susceptible to getting white spots on your piece. And so I always like to take it out just when it's like warm enough. With a thicker mold like this, as you can see, I'm taking my time because I don't want to force it off and break the piece because it could break really easily here. And so I am just slowly working my way to the top and then to pull it out. And there we go. It came out. It is looking so beautiful. I love all of the vibrant colors. This was such a fun project. And I really like how the three colors like marble together. I think this is a really unique look. And I definitely want to experiment more with the three color marble because this is so cool. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching.